Hey, what's up? This is Max Green, and I'm going to teach you guys today about some tips to getting a better night's sleep. And this is really a science that I've evolved over years, where I've figured out different ways to customize your entire sleep experience, from the lighting to having a fan running when you're sleeping, to the way you to having like different pillow formations to create more comfort and relaxation to get a more restful sleep, and just all kinds of little tricks. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to show you all the tricks that I use, and this has helped me get a much better sleep. I wish I would have had these tips back in college or before that, even in high school. I would have just been a lot better rested. I probably would have done better on my tests, and just had a better life, I think, overall. But now that I figured out these tips, I just have a much better sleep. I've been much more successful, and things have been working out better for me. And I know there's a lot of people out there that suffer with insomnia and have like tons of problems, so I made this video for them and to share these tips. And these tips are pretty revolutionary. Like, a lot of these things you wouldn't think of, and once you understand how they work and how the whole system works as a whole unit, you'll say, oh yeah, that's that guy was on it, definitely understood what he was talking about. So let's get started. Alright, so here's a very important tip right here, okay? Have a fan running while you're sleeping. And as you notice, I try to put it near where my head is, so that way it's close to me. And what this does is it creates white noise, okay? Notice this is a really nice setting, okay? You might want to check out some different fans at the store, really listen to them and figure out, okay, what's going to be a good sound? Like, basically figuring out like what's going to be the most soothing sound to you. You don't want a fan that has like an annoying sound or that's really loud or noisy. You want a nice soothing one like this. Listen to that. See, actually I probably should clean this. It'll run a little smoother, but yeah. You don't have to have it blowing on you. That's the thing. A lot of people don't want a fan because it's like, oh, it's going to make that, the room too cool or whatever, or I'm going to get cold. Just don't have it blowing on you. The whole point of it is you want the white noise. Okay? And the importance of white noise. Alright, so the importance of white noise is that it blocks out other sounds. So let's say you have your door closed and you have the fan blowing near you, okay? What's going to happen is that you're going to just be listening to this fan. So if there's other noises going around you, such as people talking, maybe a door opens or slams or something, you're not even going to notice it. So it'll put you in a deeper, more restful sleep. And that's why it's so important. I can't sleep without a fan on. I'll be 100% honest with you. I hear every little noise. I hear this like ringing sound. Sometimes you do that when you're in pitch dark and there's no sound. You just hear this ringing. So with the fan, it's great because you can just focus on that noise. You just sleep so much more sound. And I found that my dreams are better too. Sometimes I have like more peaceful dreams. I found that when I don't have a fan going, my dreams aren't as peaceful. I just feel like everything's a lot nicer. So gotta have a fan going. Another reason you want to have your fan going is because it helps improve air circulation. So that way, like, it continues to circulate air, so that actually improves your sleep in that way, because it keeps the air fresher, and it's just it keeps air from getting stagnant and just sitting there. So it also improves the smell of your room too, because it'll just keep the air flowing, because I know you're going to continue breathing and everything while you're sleeping. So yeah, those three benefits: 1, white noise; 2, air circulation; and 3, just more calm. More calm and restful sleep. So there you go. Get a fan. The amount of REMs you get when you sleep are based on how dark the room is. So if there's anything in the room, let's say you go to sleep with the TV on, or let's say in the morning the sun comes through the window, that's going to disturb your sleep. You're not going to get as restful a sleep. The darker the room is, the more sound sleep you get, and the more rest you're going to get on your eyes, because you're not letting any glare from any lights get into your eyes. Because even when your eyes are closed like that, there's still like rays of light that are going into your eye, preventing you from getting as restful sleep. So you're going to wake up a lot more refreshed and get a better sleep when the room is pitch dark, from the beginning of your sleep to the end of your sleep. And another great thing too is, like, let's say you want to take a nap in the middle of the day. Let's say you have an odd job where you work, like, say you work graveyard shift, or like you do something where you just want to take a nap during the day. You're going to actually be able to sleep really well, because you can completely have your room blacked out. So it's almost like it's nighttime even though the sun is outside. So That's so important. I mean, if I wish I had my window curtains blacked out when I was in high school, or even as a child, like a young child, because I would have gotten a much more restful sleep. Because every time, you know, I'd go to sleep, once the sun comes up in the morning, it would shine through my window curtains, and I would kind of wake up a little bit, and I wouldn't really be able to get as much sleep as I would like. So, you know, now I'm really trying to fortify my sleep and get as like solid a sleep as I can from start to finish. You know, this isn't a joke. This isn't a game. I'm really trying to get a good sleep, so I can perform my best during the day, doing, you know, focus and just do great things. I'll show you what my window looks like. I'll show you. Tip 3, this is just basic common sense. Your smartphone. Don't want to have the ringer on, okay? If you're sleeping and someone calls you, or you get like a text, or who knows, a push notification, whatever, you're going to wake up. You don't want to be disturbed. So always make sure you turn your ringer off, and if you have to get up at a certain time, set your alarm, and that way the alarm will go off, but you don't want anyone disturbing you, okay? So important. There's plenty of times when I've had a great sleep and I've had someone call me or something, and it's just like, oh no, I woke up. So yeah. I don't use any weird stuff. I don't use a memory foam mattress. I just use a regular mattress. Memory foam mattresses make you sweat. I don't want to get too much talking to different mattresses. Just find a mattress that works for you, okay? But in general, I just like a standard spring mattress. I've had memory foam. It doesn't breathe as well. Like it makes you sweat a little bit, and overall, I just don't like it. But or a sleep number bed or a thing that moves up and down. I just like to have a standard flat mattress, okay? You don't need to get super fancy. But here's with pillow formations, okay? Yeah, you want to have a ton of pillows. That's so important. Like I have like, it seems ridiculous, but I have like 10 pillows, okay? And that way you can figure out exactly how many leg pillows you want, exactly how many pillows you want back there to just have the most perfect position, because this is like a science. This isn't just like slap some pillows down and go to sleep. No, I mean, you want to get it set up nicely so you have a very restful sleep, you're relaxed, your back is supported. So let me show you, okay? So far my legs feel good. This is a nice leg elevation. I wouldn't want it much more than this. So 3, it still feels like, I kind of want to feel like I'm up a little bit higher. I don't like to feel like my head's too tucked far back, like this. Oh, perfect, perfect. So that was 4 pillows back here. Make sure they're soft, okay? You know, I don't like My Pillow and some of those other brands. I've tried some of that stuff. I just like your standard, just soft pillow that, you know, because the thing is, if you have a hard pillow, I've noticed that I've woken up and like, you just feel like you slept on a hard pillow. It's just, it kind of, your head might be a little bit sore. It's just not as comfortable. So make sure all these pillows are soft. Like, notice that it's perfect. Okay, this is nice right here. Okay. Now here's even more advanced tip. Get one of these leg pillows. Like, they have lots of different ones, but these are awesome, man. I love these pillows because, like, a lot of times there's a lot of side sleepers out there. Okay, so you're gonna put it between your legs like this, and then look how I do. Look how I do like this. I take this, and then I'll wedge this between my shoulder and my head. So it's like you have your base with those 3 pillows underneath, and then you wedge this between your head and your shoulder. And that just, for me, is the most comfortable. Like, this is super comfortable right here. Perfect. Look, my legs, look how my legs elevated, and I have this leg pillow between my legs, and then look how, like, I have this 3 at the base, and then this is wedged between my head and my shoulder. That's pretty much a common strategy I use. Like, I have this, I stack these 3, and then I have this top one which I wedge between my shoulder, and that way it just it closes that gap between your head and your shoulder really nicely. Because if you don't have that, you're sleeping like this, and you don't have this gap between your head and your shoulder. It's important to have that gap closed, because then your head just has more support there. It's more comfortable. So this is nice right here. You can switch sides if you want. I'll show you on the other side. Look. So I got my legs pillow stacked up right there. Look. No, look, here's the trick where I wedge the pillow between my my neck and my shoulder. Perfect. There you go. Again, here's the wedging the pillow between my neck and my shoulders thing. Look, you have your 3 pillows underneath of your base, and then you put your, look how it's like this, right around my shoulders, in between my neck. It's perfect. That's like the absolute best way to sleep. It's funny, as I'm doing this video, I'm sort of figuring out exactly what I do, because I had a blueprint of what I was going to show you in the video, but I didn't really know exactly like how many pillows I use and all that stuff. Over on this side, I have approximately 4 pillows. Yeah, 4. Perfect. You don't need any more than that. And you got your leg pillow. if you're really smart, you might even want to get 2 of these, because that way you'll have one on either side. A lot of times, I'll show you what I do. Okay, so say I'm sleeping like this. Okay, here's the cool trick where you wedge the pillow between your shoulder and your neck. You got the base underneath. Just repeating points. Is this thing recording? All right. Now, here you go. You got your blanket on top, but then I like to wedge the blanket behind my back. So it's like I have a little bit of support behind my back. I'll show you on this side. Okay, so check this out. Laying like this, and then watch this. You take the blanket and then you wedge it behind your back like this, and that way it supports your lower back more. It's perfect. So you can see all these different strategies I'm using. You're combining all these different strategies. Like you're elevating your legs. You have this, this trick. You have the leg pillow between your legs, and then I'm folding this blanket underneath my back right here. So important. As far as what kind of blanket I like, I go to the store and I just try out different blankets. Like I like this fabric. It's warm, but it's not overly warm, and I don't like down comforter material. I just kind of like this nice cotton material. So this is what I usually like. It's all personal preference. I'm dating right now. I mean, I have girlfriends and stuff, but generally I don't sleep in the same bed as them, and just because like I said, it's very important that I get a good night's sleep. If I sleep in the same bed, you're just not going to sleep as well. Let's say they wake up to go to the bathroom, or let's say you're sleeping next to them and you're kind of not, your mind isn't on sleep. You're thinking about other things like hooking up and other stuff like that. You're not going to sleep well. Or if you are hooking up with them, you're not going to sleep. So that's the bottom line. I mean, it's not really a big sacrifice to me. I mean, what's important is getting things done efficiently and properly. It's like, if you're having trouble sleeping, you want to get the best possible sleep, this is what you got to do. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you're married and you sleep in the same bed as someone else, you're just not going to get as good a sleep. That's just the way it goes. I mean, you could, but there's always that, getting woken up by your partner and other things like that. That's just going to disturb your rest. So, just something to think about. You can still be married and have a great relationship and still sleep in a different bed at night, because you gotta think about it logically. You're trying to get a good night's sleep. If your partner is disturbing you and you're not going to get as good a night's sleep, then do what you got to do. You can still love each other, but I'm just trying to illustrate that to you. So if you use all these tips and you have someone sleeping in the bed next to you, you're still probably going to get woken up. You're not going to get as great a sleep. So I'm just showing you how to get the maximum efficiency so you can just get the best possible sleep you ever had.